So, guten Tag. Welcome back zu dem tollen Game. Letztes Mal haben wir hier bei Molly im Zimmer aufgehört. So, diesmal auch mit Game Sound. Diesmal hoffe ich, dass ihr den hört, weil ich check mal kurz, ob ihr den hört. Oh, könnte jetzt für euch ein bisschen langweilig sein. Okay, gut. So, letztes Mal haben wir hier bei Molly aufgehört. Im Raum mit, wo wir erfolgreich von unserer Jagd wiedergekommen sind. Oh, habt ihr gerade die Katze gesehen? Die kennt man doch, die Katze, oder? Und hier drauf? Nein, können wir nicht. Wir sind ja keine Katze, ne?
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Okay, also nochmal kurz zur Info. Ich habe... Lol, was ist das denn für ein Farbunterschied? Ab hier spiele ich auch komplett blind. Ich mache das euch nochmal ein bisschen heller, weil... wie gesagt, ab hier spiele ich komplett blind auch. Also das habe ich hier ab hier noch nicht gesehen. Was haben wir denn hier? Oh, warum ist das Fenster denn auf?
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
Oh, so sahen wir also mal früher aus anscheinend. Schick, schick.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
Noch eine Prominente in unserer Familie.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Okay, auch interessant. Was hat er denn hier gemacht? Wollte das denn werden? Ach, das war die Drachenrutsche und die ist ja kaputt gegangen und ins Wasser gefallen. Gucken wir jetzt erst noch bevor wir die Tür ausprobieren.
Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Okay, das heißt, wir haben hier einen Teil der Geschichte. Wie komme ich jetzt hier wieder raus? Ah, okay.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Okay. Gut. Ich mag das Spiel, ne? Das ist sehr schön designt. Man kriegt eine schöne Geschichte erzählt. Ich hoffe, euch gefällt's auch.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Oh, das pinke Badezimmer, das ist schon geil.
It was a pretty big trace.
Das ist schon nicht schlecht. Toller Spiegel. So, was können wir hier noch angucken? Ah, von hier kamen wir. Jo. Ja, hier gibt es ja nichts weiter anzugucken, oder? Oder ich bin blind. Ja gut, dann gucken wir mal weiter. Oh, hier.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Okay. Also er war wohl anscheinend ganz gut im Bilder malen. Okay, ich komme hier nicht raus. Okay, muss nicht machen. Och jo. Ja, ey, guck mal, wir können einfach in den Kasten reingehen. Das ist ja auch interessant. Ja gut, was kann man sich denn hier noch angucken?
Great Grandma had always been the family's biggest fan.
Ein großer Fan der Familie. Strom geht ja nicht. Hier können wir auch nichts machen. Okay, Leute, ich weiß nicht, wie es weitergeht. Irgendwas hier im Badezimmer? Ah, hier.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Lol.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Okay. Foto von denen nochmal. Ist das hier eine Presse? Oder? Wenn ich falsch liege, korrigiert mich, aber ich meine, das ist eine Presse. Ah ne, das ist eine Kamera? Ich weiß nicht, was das ist. Bitte helf mir mal. Okay, ja, wer hat sowas nicht zu Hause? Bin ich der Einzige, der sowas nicht zu Hause hat?
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Oh. Oh. Hä? Ne, warum krabbelst du jetzt wieder? Okay. Das ist interessant, wie sauber das hier alles ist. Aber die haben voll schöne Kinderzimmer.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
Das ist... Oh Mann, das ist ja voll
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Ich will auch so ein schönes Kinderzimmer.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
kann nicht anhalten, Leute. Doch, er hält von alleine an. Okay, gut. Nein, ich will absteigen. Wie geht das? Ihr haltet die Beine mit cool auf. Okay, das ist interessant. Wie kann ich hier runter? Oh Leute, das Spiel ist viel zu kompliziert für mich. Da muss ich jetzt mal nachgucken. Oh wow, kann ich nicht mehr. Okay, dann schaukel aus, schneller. Also richtig ausschaukeln. Okay. Oder ist es jetzt das Ziel zu schaukeln, so gut wie möglich? Weil die ja nach Essen gerufen haben. Ja, okay, dann schaukel ich jetzt mal. Okay, sorry Leute für meine Inkompetenz. Oh, beim Schaukeln wird mir echt ekelhaft.
I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Happet, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Okay. Aber das wird mir gerade echt schwummrig, Leute. Das war echt ekelhaft. Na gut, jetzt haben wir schon
Calvin's
wieder eine
story
weitere
felt
Person.
strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Wer hat das nicht probiert? Wer hat das nicht probiert? Wenn ihr das nicht gemacht habt,
After the
schreibt es in die
funeral,
Kommentare.
Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Okay, was habt ihr denn hier so? Zigaretten als, gut, er war dann ja natürlich schon zwischendurch erwachsen, aber trotzdem. Zigaretten hier einfach. Was haben wir denn hier? Was können wir denn hier machen?
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Okay. Okay, ich hab's nicht gehört, sorry Leute. Oder nicht gesehen. Nein. Noch ein Rätsel. Viele Geheimgänge.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Gehen wir da raus? Nein, wir gehen erst hier durch und gucken, was hier ist. Oh, hier sind wir.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Mit Barbara.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Barbara, 1944 bis 1960. Mal gucken. Comic.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Oh Leute, ich kann das steuern. Jetzt wissen wir auch, wo der Schlüssel ist.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Die verprügeln ihr besser.
Oh, Finch rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Ich kann's wieder steuern, das ist so cool. Rollstuhl. Jetzt gibt's aus Maul.
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges grow. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Schnell runter, wir müssen ihn verkloppen. Diesen Pisser. Das ist so cool, Leute. Das ist so cool. Jetzt kriegt er aufs Maul. Wo sind?
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Jetzt bin ich gespannt. Und?
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Was ein geiles Comic.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
So. Das war's dann auch für heute. Dann machen wir beim nächsten Mal weiter in Barbaras Zimmer. Wir haben die 25 Minuten erreicht. Länger möchte ich das nicht ziehen. Ja. Dann wünsche ich euch noch einen schönen Abend oder guten Morgen, weil ich das jetzt Samstagabends gegen 22 Uhr aufnehme. Deswegen schönen Abend, aber wahrscheinlich kommt die Folge erst morgen raus. Deswegen einen schönen Morgen. Ciao.